name is Stuart Maniraguha. I am the Director of Plantations Development at the National Forest Authority. I'm very happy to be at this program of our environment on the Uganda Broadcasting Corporation. National Forest Authority mandated to manage and develop central forests in Uganda has directorates, including the Directorate of Plantation that I head, with the aim of developing the germplasm. These are seed and seedlings, and then giving procedures and the guidelines on plantation development in Uganda. We do this through managing seed stands. We know Ugandans would want to plant trees, but we must make sure that we have available seed sources. So we raise and manage seed stands where we collect the seed, and this seed is processed, tested, and managed at the National Tree Seed Center in Namanve. And from there, the seed now is developed into what we call a seedling through nursery establishment. We raise the seedlings such that people can be able to access them and plant them. So once the seedlings are ready, we now give information to people on what tree species to plant where and how to plant them and their benefits. And now we don't stop there. We also develop model plantations for this country where we are investing on behalf of government. As the National Forest Authority, we have about 14,000 hectares of planted forests of commercial nature, both indigenous and commercial exotic species across the whole country in the 6 plantation management areas. People in the West Nile know about Lendu. We are developing plantations there. We have plantations in South Busoga, that is in Mayuge. We have plantations in the Greater Ruwero, Katugo, and Kasongola areas. We are in Mbarara, in Bugamba, Roho, then Kabale, Mafuga. So Ugandans are given all of the information that is required because we are doing this in practice. We practically manage the seed, develop it into a seedling, and plant it. And then on top of that, the directorate also gives advice. We have a department for private forestry development that gives information to all of the prospecting Ugandans that would want to be involved in tree planting. And this goes for free and helps Ugandans to be able to invest properly in the areas as required. This leads us to then having streams of investment opportunities in forest reserves. These investment streams are provided for in the law, the National Forestry and Tree Planting Act, and we do this in accordance to that. And these investment opportunities are both in the production forests and the conservation forests. In the conservation forests, that's where we are promoting ecotourism. As you very well know, 61% of the tourism revenue we receive in Uganda is coming from the forests. So we are promoting opportunities in those natural forests. Talk of Mabira, you can go there and enjoy yourself. Tourists go there, they go to Budongo, we have Karinzu, and all of these natural forests. So those opportunities are there. And then in the production, you can be able now to access land through license for plantation forestry, where you can be able to contribute to tree growing, to increase on the forest cover in Uganda, but ultimately you earn income from the trees that you have planted. All Ugandans are prospective investors, but here we indicate that we do this in a plan. All the forest management plans that we have must be able to provide for these opportunities. And Ugandans are always invited through adverts to compete because the law indicates that we must do this in open, fair, and competitive manner. So the issue is most Ugandans now come in and want to have this investment done at their time, but now it follows now the processes that we undergo as a country through the planning that we have. Forests contribute a lot to this economy. They contribute to livelihood. If I start from that, I always call it now provision to life, because without forests, I do feel that life would be in danger. Direct employment currently is over 1 million Ugandans are directly employed in the forestry subsector. So you can see that Ugandans are able to earn from the forestry subsector and have livelihood. We know that communities surrounding these forest reserves always enter the forest, get food, non-forest products, timber products. They go there, pick mushrooms, they pick water, they pick grass. All of those are benefits the communities derive. However, the most important thing is that as we are growing as a country into an industrial state, forests play a very big role as primary producers. Agriculture thrives because of very good forests. The energy will not thrive if we don't have forests like Mabira that are holding the water table and release it easily such that we can have power generation that is sustainable. We all know that 88% of Ugandans derive their energy needs from the forest products. So all of those are really very good contributors to the economy, and as you very well know, by 2020, the forestry subsector was contributing 3.5% of the GDP per annum. And this makes this subsector very critical and therefore requires everyone to be involved in and interested such that we can grow the economy together as a country. We have achieved to some extent as a country. A lot has to be done though. The achievements are that we have raised awareness to all the Ugandans about the importance of forests and forest products. And therefore, we have attracted very many into investments in forestry, both on their own land and also in the protected areas. And this has helped the growth of industries. If you walk around the country, whether you take the western route, you will see mushrooming forest-based industries. If you take the northern route, you will see them. The western route, you will see them. So there is growth in terms of industry for the utilization of the forest products. And therefore, this presents a very great opportunity for growth in this country, including increased job creation. We've seen the increase in forest cover from the 2015 9% to current 13%. This is attributed to the tree growing that is happening. Whereas forests are being decimated in most areas, but you cannot fail to see trees, younger trees growing as you drive all the roads when you get out of Kampala. This has been a great achievement because Ugandans have been actively involved, and it has raised awareness to all of them, including government or state institutions. We have worked with Uganda National Roads Authority on increasing the forest cover by planting trees on all of the paved roads across the country. We have a memorandum of understanding with them where we are raising 1 million seedlings annually across the country, and all the roads that are being paved are now being grown trees. And those are now very good achievements. You can see trees are growing all along the roads. We only need to tell Ugandans to protect them and ensure they don't get burnt, they don't get browsed on by animals. The other great achievement we have seen is that we are appealing to the large users of land in Uganda, the agricultural sector, to be able to adopt agroforestry systems where trees can be intercrop planted with crops. We are seeing this positively being appreciated because now the communities who have been growing crops without trees are seeing that the crop performance has gone low because there are no trees that act as pollinators, rather that attract pollinators. These are the bees, which pollinators now are able to increase the yield of the farmers on ground. We have also seen that farmers are realizing that trees are also important in soil and water conservation. those species that are nitrogen fixing from the atmosphere into the soil have also improved on the crop yields. And this has really brought appreciation to all the people who are using land for agriculture, therefore promoting agroforestry. The other achievement we are seeing is that all of the sectors are now cautious. We are seeing private sector, we are seeing corporate bodies coming to partner with NFA to be able to restore forests. They have understood the importance, so they are putting their corporate social responsibility resources into the restoration of the natural forest. This is really very important because it now gives us a sense of understanding of where we want to go as a country. So we keep promoting this and raising awareness and ensuring that communities access these planting materials. And that's why we have at National Forestry Authority 35 nurseries. The central is well served by Namanve and the Banda nurseries, where we are raising about 4 million seedlings annually. When you go to east, you have about 3 big nurseries. You have Jinja, you have Mbale, you have Soroti. They are serving them. And then the north, the west, talk about them. So we are definitely appealing to Ugandans to access those seedlings. Annually, 29 million seedlings are being raised under the National Community Tree Planting. Let Ugandans plant them and grow them so that we can have the forests that we desire to have. Of course, we have challenges as the National Forestry Authority and the broader forestry subsector. One is the population growth. The rate at which our population is growing is not corresponding to the replenishment of our forests. So the need for land for agriculture is becoming so high, and therefore people clear more forests than ever before to find land for agriculture. There is a greater need for energy, biomass energy. You can meet very many lorries of charcoal that is coming to the center, that is going to the urban centers. All of those translate to trees that are being cut. The biggest challenge that is actually threatening now the forestry subsector, most especially the central forest reserves, are illegal titling of these forests. Whereas Ugandans appreciate the importance, there are those who may think they are smart and are going ahead to create titles in the forests, now to claim ownership. This is compromising the management of these forests because we are finding ourselves involved in legal battles, court here, court there, challenging the titles, asking for cancellation. And as we do all of this, you find that the forests are getting lost. And in most cases, we have been seeing also courts issuing the status quo and therefore respecting people with the titles to take precedent. And they don't mind about the environment, then the forests get cut. But of late, we are happy that courts are becoming cautious and are also protecting trees, even if there is contention of ownership. This is the way to go. And we are appealing to the land boards, the land committees, district land boards, and of course, the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, to be cautious and careful when they are giving out titles. These central forest reserves are not a creation of today. They were gazetted long ago, and these are assets of Uganda. They are not lands to National Forestry Authority. So we must really protect them as assets of Uganda and ensure that we don't create any scenario that would actually inconvenience the processes of forest management as inscribed into all of the laws, the Constitution being the supreme law. So all Ugandans, including those in responsibility, are charged with the duty to ensure that we protect the forest cover as required. We are appealing to all stakeholders, both private, public, and individuals, to really rise up and participate actively in forest conservation, such that we are able to get to have the environment that we all desire. The way forward is that National Forestry Authority is available to give all the technical information that is required, including sophisticated data that would require IT. We have the very best GIS lab in Uganda, so we are doing the land cover and land use mapping, so we can give all of that information, but we are appealing to Ugandans to participate in that. We are raising seedlings as always. Let people receive them and plant them. But ensure whatever you plant grows, because planting is not the ultimate. The ultimate is seeing the tree grow. So we are appealing to all Ugandans to participate and plant trees, and also get to know that now we are relying on biomass energy. So we are also promoting bamboo, as you can see in the background, that grows quickly and can be able to give people firewood. However, the most ultimate that is going to solve the problem in Uganda is when we look for alternative energy sources. Can we be able to subsidize and make available electricity and cheap to people, such that we can reduce on the charcoal that comes to the center? The people in the center can afford to use electricity if it is reliable and available. And then waiver of tax on gas, so that we can have clean energy and save those trees that are really being wasted into burning charcoal. Use of firewood in villages wouldn't be a problem. The problem is on the charcoal that is coming. So if the urban centers can be catered for on gas and electricity, we would be solving the biggest problem. But the local communities there who cannot access power and gas, grow bamboo, grow those quick maturing species, the coriandras of the world, so that you can be able to find that energy requirement that you need to be able to cook your food. We are very thankful to government for the enabling policies and laws that are making NFA really perform the job. The support is much appreciated and welcome. We are appealing for more, such that we can be able to perform the role of the primary contributor to the growth and the development of our economy. We are thankful to all of the partners that are giving money to National Forestry Authority, the biggest being government, of course, and then NGOs, development partners. World Bank has come on board. We have United States Agency of International Development, UNHCR, we have WCS, we have all of the partners, so that we are able to do this work together. We are looking forward to working with the youth, the energetic youth of this country. We have been able to interact with the National Youth Council for purposes of appealing to the bigger youth of the country. The Youth Go Green, we have many greening campaigns that are running around the country for the younger people. We want the younger people to really use their energies positively, because they are the ones who will benefit from this environment in the future. So the youth, we are calling upon you. Bring all your energies. We use them to grow all of these trees in all of the identified areas. We can do it in the forest reserves as the citizens to be able to restore the forest. We can work with all of the stakeholders, including UNRWA, to be able to plant all of these trees along the roads. We can have all of the seedlings taken closer to people, the old people that cannot be able to move to our nurseries. We can also keep giving this awareness information. Wherever we are going, talk to them. Let's go to schools. Let's all the schools plant. The schools use a lot of firewood. We have the prisons, our colleagues here, the UPDF. Can we utilize all the available government land and have it planted? We have supported communities that are unable to reach our nurseries by giving them nursery inputs, seed, pots, potting materials, so that seedlings are raised at community level. Then people don't walk longer distances to access them. We've partnered with all of those stakeholders to ensure that we grow the forests that are required. Let us keep observing the Central Forest Reserves. We are trying to do our best to mark them with concrete pillars Where you see the pillars, protect them, respect them. Don't look at these forests as forests of individuals. They belong to all of us as Ugandans, and therefore we really need to work together to ensure that we develop them to the required standards. National Forestry Authority, of course, is taking lead, and we are looking at how we can participate and bring all Ugandans on board to be able to look at how we can establish procedures for sustainable utilization of Uganda's forest resources. And therefore, this requires really bringing all of the stakeholders on board, including the local governments. The local governments, it's really a very big appeal to you. You have the district forest officers, the natural resources officers. Utilize them. Let them be able to help you grow the forests in the areas, not to only collect money from charcoal and timber, which really compromise our efforts. Yes, it is not bad to do that, but we must look at the sustainability element of these resources. We continue to spread wide and reaching out to all of you to participate in all our activities. Let us look at forestry now as a very strong pillar of for investment. Grow the trees. We are appealing to those investors who are investing in the other sectors to also invest in the forestry value chain. We have a very long value chain, and we can be able to produce various products that Ugandans can consume and also be able to export across the borders, so that we can earn this country all of the revenue that we require. So that really appeal goes into the industrialization of the forestry sector. In conjunction with the Ministry of Water and Environment and our colleagues in the Uganda Wildlife Authority, we are developing projects supported by the World Bank, and these are aimed at increasing the jobs in Uganda through investments in forests and wildlife reserves, so that we can have an attraction that brings many more tourists in Uganda. We have all of these opportunities around. The communities who are the key stakeholders surrounding the forest reserves are our target. Their livelihoods must be improved such that they can meaningfully contribute to conservation. Whereas they are participating in some of the elements of community tree planting, the collaborative forest management, we feel that the benefits require also other income generating activities, and those within the project areas have actually been reached out, and the resources will be coming down to you, and so that they can be utilized positively and add to the conservation efforts of this country. Let us keep ourselves cautious. There is a lot that is degrading our environments. If you are really finding no reason of causing harm to this country, avoid going into those fragile ecosystems. Do not degrade, do not reclaim. Let us conserve and protect these resources. When you need information, we are always available. You can access NFA through our head office in Bugorobi, our field offices. We are also on social media. Those who use social media can always reach out to us, and then we are able to support in all ways possible. The investors, please keep the investment ideas, but do not knock every day. We are going to be able to identify them, and then we shall publish them and ask you to competitively apply for them. I would like to thank UBC for this opportunity that they have given me particularly, and National Forestry Authority, to be able to communicate this message. We thank you for the great program of the environment, and we look forward to continuing working with you. Thank you so much. May God bless you all.
what's up? How you doing? My name is MC Katz. Yo, we've had COVID-19 for 2 years. So many young girls go pregnant, but that's not the end of the world. That's not the end of life. You still have a future to look out to. The women that have been going through domestic violence, we are asking you out there, wherever you are, please seek for help. The boys, I know you got involved in so many things, most of the drugs. Drugs are lying to you. You take them, you think you control them until they take you.